Hi guys, it's Wombat. Welcome to my first ever series. It's a somewhere between 15 and 24 episode series where we haul from Brasileia on EAA to Vorkuta on Ross. Let's start by looking at the truck. We are hauling in a F16, Volvo F16, 465 horsepower, 6x4, 12 speed. Behind us is a 10 axle with steering wheel trailer, a Vario by Road Panther, and on top of that we have a very wide 95-ton bridge. So that's pretty stupid, trying to haul 95 tons behind a Volvo F16 with 465 horsepower. But let's go all in on this one. We are hauling 19,893 kilometers from Brasileia on EAA up to Porto Velho, Cuiaba, it's called, Brasilia, Jesus, I can't speak today. Eduardo Magalhaes, that didn't sound right. Up to Salvador, where we have a ferry to Calais. Then we go up to Berlin, Warsaw. We go to Bryansk, Kursk, Voronezh, Saratov, and Nizhny Novgorod, Kirov, Uxta, Soviet Yugorsk, Surgut, up to Novi Urengoy and Vorkuta. So that's the trip. So not only is it a stupid long haul, we're doing it with a stupid heavy bridge with a clearly underpowered Volvo. What could possibly go wrong? I am a bit worried about the ferry because of the width and length of the trailer. Let's hope we respawn in Calais without damaging our trailer. There should be ferries somewhere on this route. I don't know, 1, 2, 3 times as well as we cross the Amazon. That's gonna be exciting too. But other than that, I hope we will be able to do this without damaging the trailer and truck, of course. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna need the beacons for this, that's for sure. It is now 12:24. Sun will go down around 6 or 7 p.m. tonight, so we will only be hauling for 6-7 hours the first stint, because I'm not gonna haul during the night with something like this behind me. I want to know exactly where I'm going. I want to know where everyone is. So I don't need any more surprises than whatever the road itself offers us. Let's see if we can get out on the road without damaging it. That's a first good step, I guess. And here we go. And I must say, I've been looking forward to this. I really have. I was thinking about doing this haul for, I don't know, at least a week before I finally made a decision. And when I did make the decision, and announced it, I could almost... I was so afraid of what I was getting into. Whoa, dude, seriously? Seriously? We don't need a lot of that on this trip. I was really scared because this is probably the stupidest thing anyone has ever done. Our chances of succeeding is like 0%. But or it could be a complete success, who knows. But yeah, we are hauling something very, very heavy, something very wide on a very long trip, so there are some minor risks involved here. My main concern isn't... I would say if I have a main concern, I have a lot of concerns about this, but my main concern is probably the truck. As you can see, we're already struggling. I'm down to 5th gear. And going on to 4th. Come on, baby. You can do this. That's my girl. Well, this is gonna be my main concern. Going up hills. I don't know how steep hills we have ahead of us, but they're gonna... some of them will be challenging, to say the least. Another challenging thing is, of course, going downhill. Let's not go too fast. Because, yeah, we have almost 20,000 kilometers ahead of us, but I do not need a speeding ticket, and I certainly do not need a wobbling trailer behind me that spins out of control and causes damages. So I'm gonna take it really, really easy, especially here in the beginning, and at some point when we hopefully get to Vorkuta, I'm gonna take it really easy as well. I think this very first 500 kilometers and the very last 500 kilometers are going to be the most challenging, because once you get into it and get into the zone, I don't think it's that difficult. But keeping your cool in the beginning, not speeding, thinking that, oh, we have a long haul, I better get started and step on it to get there. That's never a good idea. So we're gonna take it easy. I mean, I could easily do 80 kilometers an hour here, but I'm gonna stick to 50. That's the limit, and I'm gonna take it easy to make sure we get there in one piece. So, Brasileia, the city we just left. It's a very, very small city. The entire area or municipality of Brasileia hosts about 20,000 people. It's located about 250 kilometers from the border of Bolivia. There's not that much to say about the place. I mean, I looked it up on the internet. It looks like a very nice place with palm trees, and it looks like a place where you would go on vacation, possibly. Probably a very sleepy town, but it looked nice. The picture looked really nice. It's an old city as well. I traced it back at least 110 years, when it still was named Carmen after a plantage Plantage, it's called. But it changed its name to Brasileia in, I think it was 1943, if I remember it correctly. Between 1910 and 1943, the city was called Brasilia, and as you all know, the main capital of Brazil is Brasilia, so they changed it. So now it's Brasileia. So that's our starting point, and don't ask me why I chose Brasileia as my starting point. Looking back at it now, I probably should have gone as far south west as I possibly could have gone, but well, that would probably have put us above, 20,000 kilometers, but yeah, I didn't. So it's only 19,500 or 19,893 kilometers to be precise. It's the haul is long enough anyway. So how are we gonna play this? Well, this first episode is pre-recorded. I'm recording it now. It will be released on Saturday the 10th, and between the Saturday after, where I will be hauling live, I will probably send out another pre-recorded episode just to get this thing started. So there will be 2 pre-recorded episodes before we take the 3rd episode live, and that is gonna be a new one for me. I've never hauled live. I have no idea what you're gonna think about it. I have no idea if I'm gonna freeze, or if an accident happens, it happens. There will be nothing I can do about it. So it's scary and exciting at the same time, and I do look forward to doing it. But that's then. Let's focus on this first episode and the first stint of this haul. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna haul when it's still daylight. When it's night here on EAA, it's gonna be pitch black. I won't be able to see anything. So every night we're gonna stop once it gets dark, and yeah, I do not use I haven't checked the, what is it called? It's been a long time since I used it. I'm not gonna get sleepy. Well, I personally might, but me as a trucker won't get sleepy. What do you call it? I can't remember. Never mind. Fatigue, probably. I switched that off a long time ago, long before I had the idea of doing this haul, and we won't need it for this haul because I won't be able to haul for more than like 12 to 14 hours a day anyway, simply because it gets dark so early and the sun isn't up again until around 6 o'clock in the morning. So say it's up by 5 in the morning and goes down by 7, that gives us 14 hours. I won't be able to haul for any more than that. This is, by the way, a 80 zone, so I could step on it a little bit. And I am flooring it right now. That's how underpowered this truck is. I'm flooring it and almost nothing happens. Speaking of bunkers, by the way, I tried to plot this haul into Google Maps. And Google can't calculate the route for me. Yeah. When I looked into it, it's the last bit, it's the last few few thousand kilometers on Ross. On Google Maps there doesn't seem to be any road actually leading to Vorkuta from, say, Schisselburg. Obviously on here there are a road. I have no idea what the conditions of that road is. We'll find out soon enough. But considering that Google isn't able to plot a route for me, the road is probably horrible. So it's going to be quite exciting when we get to Ross. The setup I'm hauling on, by the way, is my original big map setup, which includes PJ Yindo, the island, Afromap, Promzona. I have all of them here, and they all load in, well, the second load do take a minute or so, but I don't have the problems a lot of you have been seeing with your setups. And the funny thing is that I have two profiles with the big map setup, completely identical, and one of them takes 30 minutes to load, and this one takes 1 minute to load. They are, as I said, identical, including the trucks and trailers I'm using. So I have the F16, the F-Series version 2.0. On both these profiles I'm only using this Road Hunter mod, Vario Panther 7 to 10 axle mod. I'm only using that one as well. So they are seriously 100% identical, and still the behavior is different between them regarding the loading times. I have no idea why that is. One obvious reason could be that the profiles have been used for other things in the past, and yes, they have. I haven't tried setting up two identical profiles, brand new profiles, and seeing if that is consistent at least. But I understand the frustration a lot of you feel about loading times, not just on this big map setup but also on the European edition. In many cases it comes down to the road connections between Ross and Rossmap, and also the road connection between ProMods and Rossmap. But in other cases it's also Ross itself, and in a few cases I've seen Afromap on the original big map as being the reason for the long loading time, and yeah, it's not consistent, and that's very unfortunate. I have no solution right now, but again, right now I'm using all these maps on my big map setup, this big map setup, and the loading time is about a minute. So hopefully when the newer version of both the road connection for ProMods, Rossmap and Polar Rebuilding is out, and also the new version of Promzona is out, we will be able to solve these issues completely. Until then, I recommend that you fire up the game, start loading your profile, go for dinner or something, and then when you come back your game have been loaded. Yeah. Look, it's already getting darker. It's evening here, and I wish this truck had a clock. Oh, that's horrible lag. Let's see, what time is it? It is 5 o'clock. So the sun is setting already. So let's see how far we can get before it's pitch black and we have to stop. Speaking of finding somewhere to sleep for the night, there could be quite a distance to haul before we find somewhere to... Oh, let's stop there! Thank you. It could take a while to find somewhere to stay for the night. There is quite some distance between places where you can stop for the night on a lot of the parts of this map. God, you have no idea how heavy this is on this truck. I am flooring it in first gear, and I'm slowly releasing the clutch. And it feels almost like if the truck is gonna stall on me. Up to 8th gear. And 9th. It takes a while to get this bunkers haul up to speed. 10th. I will probably not be able to use the 12th gear anytime soon. It's difficult getting even to 11. Speaking of stops, by the way, I am using realistic fuel consumption, and the gas tank, I think it is about 750 liters, so it's not a huge gas tank. So we will have to stop for more fuel every so often, which in itself can be a challenge. Not because I'm that worried we will run out of fuel, but the gas station itself can be very, very tricky to get in and out of, considering the width of the truck. Sorry, the trailer, or the cargo really. I'm not gonna bother watching how many kilometers we have done until we stop for the night. One thing I've learned, I've done a few of these long hauls. My longest prior to this one, I think, was 15,000 kilometers. And it's been a while since I did that one. Unfortunately, I never recorded it. I took that job on Eastern Express. I made a video of Eastern Express, and I didn't start recording until after that haul. I just wanted to do a haul on Eastern Express, just to make sure the map was working and functioning as it should. and before you knew it I had done a 15,000 kilometer haul. So that's the longest I've ever done. I've done a lot of hauls between say 2,000 and 8,000 kilometers, but this is the longest one I've done. But my previous long hauls, in most cases, once I've settled down and am on my way and have done my first few thousand kilometers, I get into this zone where everything around me just disappears, and it's just me and the truck, trailer, cargo and the road. Everything else ceases to exist. And when you finally get there, it's surprising how quickly you come to your destination. Speaking of destinations, our next destination is the first rest area we can find, because now the look in my mirror, isn't that a beautiful sunset? It almost looks like we're on the African savannah. I would normally, especially if I was gonna just pre-record something, I would go to my outside camera view and turn around so that you could see the sunset. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm focusing 100% on this haul and the road in front of us. It would be a horrible start to this entire journey if I crashed or damaged the truck or cargo. I'm not gonna do that by doing something stupid, so I'm keeping my eyes on the road instead. But we gotta find somewhere to rest pretty soon, because I can still see where the AI traffic is, and I want to keep it that way, and for me to be able to do that I need to have daylight, because it gets really, really dark on EAA. It's pitch black out here. So we need to find somewhere to stop, and possibly there is somewhere for us to stop up here. No, gonna take the next one. That one didn't offer a resting area anyway, so we're gonna take the next one. So as I said, the reason I chose to start in Brasileia, it was really a coincidence. And Vorkuta, on the other hand, was deliberate. It was as far east I could go on the map. So, oh, come on. Come on, baby. Vorkuta was as far east as I could go. So I decided that's how we're gonna do this. Brasileia, as I said, well, it's just a city. Next time, or if there's a next time where I do a bunkers haul like this, I'm gonna make sure I choose the farthest southwest city I can possibly find, and then of course choose the furthest north eastern city as the destination, or if we go the other way from east to west instead of west to east as we do now. Another thing about Google Maps is that when I looked it up on Google Maps, EAA and Brasileia is literally on the other side of the globe. It literally is. If you're looking at Google Earth and find Brasileia there and then have a look at where Vorkuta is, it is literally on the other side of the world. I do, however, have some hope that we will be able to do something closer to 30,000 kilometers sometime in the future. I think that is possible using the Republic of China mod, the China mod instead of using EAA. What do we have here? It's just a police car. Is it one of those stupid Ross police cars? Oh, they're standing still. I actually thought they were moving. And I just realized that I have to, excuse me, fix this. You see how dark it's getting? Those lights didn't help much, did they? Those lights didn't help much at all. And at this point we are holding on a road I'm not entirely comfortable holding on because of the lack of daylight. So far we're okay. Let's hope we find a resting place soon. Oh, come on. So this episode is going to be aired at 4. Well, you are watching it now, so you know that already. But it's going to be aired at 4 p.m. on Saturday. That's hopefully when you are looking at it. It is 5:30, 4:30. And the third episode, the first live episode, will be up on Saturday at 4 p.m. the week after. So the same time this episode premiered will be the time of day that the live episode will be broadcasted as well. So make sure that you all clear your schedule for next Saturday in a week from now, 4 p.m. That's when we go live for the very, very first time ever. And I really look forward to that. I have no idea how that will work. I've never done it before. So it's gonna be exciting. And it's not like I'm gonna answer questions while doing this haul. I'm not gonna do a Q&A kind of thing, but I would appreciate if you could, in the comments, give me your suggestions for subjects to talk about during the haul. And obviously, since the next episode will be pre-recorded as well, I won't be able to possibly talk about any of those subjects then, but when we start going live, I definitely will. Finally, a city coming up. We really need that. Now this is where we're gonna rest. Oh, right. This is also a place where we have a ferry. God damn it. We're crossing the Amazons. You know what? I'm gonna stop right here. This is where we stay for the night. And this is how we sleep. We're setting it to 6 AM. There we go. Sleep done. And now we can take the ferry. Yeah, I know, it's kind of cheating. So let's see, 25 minutes to go from Vista Alegre to Abuna. Let's do it. And now let's see if I need to teleport really quickly. Crossing my fingers. Oh god, come on. Don't give me... Be gentle to my trailer. Where am I? Oh shit. God damn it. That cost us 1% damage. Fuck. Crap. Problem. And I know why. Yeah. Because my wheels are above the ground. Oh, wonderful. Ah, look at all those people cheering for us. Just gonna back it up as much as I can. There we go. Because gonna need to get as much speed up as we can to compensate for... Oh! Oh, seriously? I'm flooring it. I am flooring it. So now I'm gonna just floor it. I'm gonna floor it. Oh, look. Wheels up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. I'm not... Flooring it, flooring it, flooring it, flooring it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, you're... Oh, I love you, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on. First gear. Yes, baby. Oh, God, I love you. Come on. You can do it. Ah, good girl. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. No, 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 no. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's see now what to do. What to do. See, this is why we should be live, I think. Because now I really like to know what your opinion is on this. Should we try again? Will we be able to do it? I don't think we will. I don't think we will be able to get up there. And yes, my truck is underpowered. That is very, very true. But at the same time... I don't know what I was going to say there. We are underpowered. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. Yeah. Bring your anger to the comments. We are starting here. This is our new starting point. I'm not proud of that, but I can't really see how I could have backed it down, tried again, but I mean, we had a good run there, and we didn't have enough momentum to get over the top. So, yeah. Hopefully there won't be any more ferries until we reach Europe, or until we reach Salvador to cross over to Europe. Yeah, I'm not proud of that at all. But I can't see us making it up there without having a better run-up than we had, and since over that tiny little bump there we lost ground contact with our four wheels or two axles in the back of the truck, so, and that was apparently enough for us to completely lose the momentum we needed. What is done is done. Let's move on. There's absolutely no reason to keep on talking about it. Moving on then. Day 2, I guess. Oh, speaking of days, by the way, we are scheduled for it's Friday today, and according to my sat-nav we will be in Vorkuta at around 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And we have apparently already done 500 kilometers. I don't think we will make it until it should take longer than just 5 days or 6 days to get there. I think it's going to take more, but we'll see. I am gonna stop at the next gas station because we are running a little low on fuel. Once we get there, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm just gonna reenact whatever a real truck driver would do. You stop for gas, you go to the toilet. So that's our next stop. I have no idea when we will get to a gas station, but hopefully it won't be that long, because fuel is getting low pretty quickly. And these police cars from Ross, I wish I knew how to get rid of them. I hate them. I don't even need them on Ross, really. If there was a way for me to remove them, I would, because they are all over the big map in every single country, and I can't understand how the creator of Ross, what he was thinking. I mean, yeah, sure, Ross, a great map, especially if you play it on as a standalone, but he didn't make it a standalone map. So why did he program it to allow those stupid police cars all over? It's really annoying. And I wish someone, Slavic SD for instance, could release a mod that simply removed them. Speaking of police cars, by the way, EAA, we might see at some point some European police cars as well. There are places where that haven't been fixed yet. After all, it's only 5.0.4 alpha right now, and even if version 5.0.5 gets out tomorrow or whenever that is going to be released, I will not upgrade anything on this setup until after this haul has been completed. I don't want to risk resetting my truck. That would be really painful. So there might be encounters with European police cars as well on the map, but yeah, I saw some of them during my haul on the secret road here on EAA, or if it was on BR230. One of those two, there was a, I don't know, 200-300 kilometer stretch where you all of a sudden had police cars from all over the world. Doesn't really matter if it was one or the other of the two hauls I did, but when you see a murcielago coming down in the Amazonas, it doesn't look very realistic. But there were a few of those. Oh, I think this is not somewhere. Okay, never mind. Moving on. I was kind of hoping we could fill up the gas tank there. And it's a weird feeling when you aren't really certain that you will make it to the gas station, and at the same time feel completely confident that you will. That's the feeling I have right now. I'm worried, but I'm not worried at all. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it does. But it looks like we're coming up on something. Possibly a city. Well, it is a city. It should show up on the GPS as well. And we will hopefully be able to fill up the tanks there. Right, oh, Porto Velho already. You know what, I'm just going to use the entire road here. There is probably a gas station somewhere in there, but I'm not worried at all anymore because I've been to Porto Velho before, so I do know that there is a gas station not far from here on this road. So we're gonna continue on for a little bit more. I wonder if my antivirus is doing a scan or something, because I have quite some lag here. Note to self: get rid of the antivirus before you start doing the live stream. Not that I'm gonna be able to edit it out of here anyway, but yeah. So we are taking a left here down to Posto, because there I do know that there is a gas station. If you look at my GPS, you'll notice that I can't possibly know that because I haven't been here before according to my GPS, but I have, but on a different profile. There it is. Whoa, horrible lag. Okay, so I'm gonna fill up the gas tank, then I'm gonna do what all truck drivers do when they fill up their gas tanks, and I'll be right back. So here we are. Let's do this. Seriously? There we go. So we're heading out to the main road again, and we're gonna haul until it's till around 6 or 7 p.m. tonight, in-game PM that is, and then we're calling it the night for the first episode. Far from evening yet. Are you gonna... Thank you, that's very, very kind of you. What about you guys? Are you gonna just... No, no. Oh. Seriously? Whoa, we're not gonna do 90 kilometers an hour here. We'll never get to 90. But it's good knowing that we are allowed to, so I can just floor it. I won't have to worry about getting any speed tickets. But as I said, we're not gonna do 90. I'm pretty comfortable doing... Hello, Ross. Doing 30 right now in 7th gear. Fantastic. While we slowly get up this hill, I'm just going to mention that the reason for the lag is probably because I have my antivirus going, but it is also a fact that I should be able to play without any lag like this. Oh, stop talking, listen to your engine, dude. Yeah, my CPU, it's an i5, it's really, really old, so So my problem isn't that my graphics or RAM or hard drive or anything like that can't cope with the game. It's my CPU, and I'm hopefully gonna be able to replace that. And of course, when I replace it, I will have to replace my motherboard as well, and because I have to replace my motherboard, I probably will have to replace my RAM. Yeah, and then I will probably have to replace my power supply as well. So it's gonna cost a bit of money, but whoa! But that will happen at some point, because this isn't acceptable if I'm gonna go all in on doing streaming streaming games. No, sorry, ETS and ATS. God damn it! Fifth gear. And still losing speed. Well, it's a good thing that we're not hauling from Chile to Europe. If you saw my video of two of the most dangerous roads in South America, you had this bunker serpentine road going up the hillside from Chile to Brazil. Can't remember the name of that road right now. This would never, ever work there. Excuse me. Just gonna check the clock. Oh, it's 11:30. We're good. We're good. So I guess this first video will be around 1.5 hours or so. Oh, baby, come on. 7th gear, yeah, there we go. Can I borrow your truck? No? Okay. Come on, baby. You won't believe this, guys, but I am about to get up to 5th gear. And I'm down to 4th again. Seriously. I think I'm gonna need a brick or something, just lay that brick down on the throttle and just go and make coffee or something and just let the truck manage itself. There's no way we will get to Ross by Wednesday, in game Wednesday, doing 20 kilometers an hour. There's no way. But we can at least enjoy looking at the stupid hall. I haven't looked around that much, but I have been just telling you about the guy who was idiots. Where was I? Yeah, I haven't been looking around that much, but I've done a couple of searches and I haven't found anyone doing any hauls longer than this. Seriously, why didn't you why is it that they every single time gets up next to you and then brake and gets in behind you again? What's wrong with AI? I imagine they go to driving schools just like we do and that is what they teach them? Seriously? Again, I haven't been looking that much, but I have done a couple of searches and it doesn't seem like anyone really is doing hauls this long. It could possibly be the longest haul ever recorded on YouTube. That's a record of some kind, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. Never mind me. Could you step on it, please? Thank you. Seriously? I'm doing 20. Shouldn't have been a problem for him getting past me the first time either. And here's another idiot. Look, he's coming up next to me. No, he's actually passing. Good job. I'm still in 4th gear, by the way. And I'm soon gonna be down to 3rd gear. There we go. There might be a very good reason why no one has ever done something like this, if no one has done something like this before. There are no routes in the entire world that would require you to haul for 20,000 kilometers. You would haul to a port, you would have a ship, and then you would haul from a port to your destination. That's how it would work in normal cases, but this is ETS. We can do whatever we want. Speaking of doing whatever we want, I wish that SCS would stop making American Truck Simulator and stop doing Euro Truck Simulator. Not because I do not want to play the game, but I want them to combine the two. How difficult could that possibly be to combine the two? and create the World Truck Simulator. With all their resources split, unfortunately, or thankfully perhaps, not evenly, but anyway split between Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. Seriously? What the with the resources split between them, it means that the two teams can only work at half speed with the game itself, the graphics engine, the AI, things like that, and develop that at half the speed. Same go for prefabs and everything really. And I can't understand why they haven't already figured out by themselves, or possibly they have. I mean, they probably have very good reasons, but for someone like me from the outside, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to split your resources in the way they are doing. Because you have two games to develop that really the only difference between them are where you can haul, and it makes no sense splitting it like that, since the graphics and the AI and the menus, yeah, they look a little different in some places, but really the prefabs, they can be reused in Europe or in America in some cases. In other cases they would have to remake them, but that, as it is today, they will have to do that anyway. So why not combine all those resources into one World Truck Simulator? I'm speeding here. That's not good. That's not good at all. See how upset I'm getting because of this? But I really wish they could just stop doing these two games and combine them into one game, and let you and me decide for ourselves if we want to buy any of the DLCs, the American DLCs or the European DLCs, or if we want to use and buy all of them. And of course that would mean that you will probably have to redo all your map mods. They would probably all of them probably would have to be recreated again, but at the same time that would mean that those of us who have both Euro and American Truck Simulator would benefit from having pro mods possibly finally getting to work on American soil as well, and not only in Europe. They have been talking about it, pro mods, for years. It never materialized, and it's probably never gonna materialize. They don't have the resources for it, of course, and it's hard if you start from scratch. It's really hard. Especially if you're a team like Pro Mods, where if they released something, people would download it and expect that it would be just as big as Pro Mods on Euro Truck Simulator is, and that's going to take years to get there. So we will probably never see a Pro Mods for American Truck Simulator. It feels like we're kind of stuck with Coast to Coast. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Coast to Coast. Mantris has done a tremendous job with this map, but it's not like it's a very interesting map to haul on. Yes, you can haul to states and cities that have the name of whatever state and city you want to go to, but if you haul to a city like New York, which was one of the first things I ever did when Coast to Coast became available, if if you have ever been there, it could be any horrible city created for American Truck Simulator. It doesn't reassemble New York in any way. It's just a tiny little city. So that was a disappointment for me. No, too fast, sorry. So I just wish they could combine the two, get it over with, and let us all work united on one game instead of two very, very similar games by the same company. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the future of SCS and American and European Truck Simulator. They should be one game, period. End of story. Moving on. It's getting... sun isn't setting quite yet, but it feels like... I think I'm going to check the clock again. It is now, yeah, 4:30. So we have 2.5 hours left until we need to start trying to find somewhere to sleep for the night. Very nice. Someone needs to clean that up. Speaking of American Truck Simulator and ETS for that matter, MHA Pro, I've been looking into creating a map combo for MHA Pro on ATS, and it's not going to happen. MHA Pro is a great map add-on. It brings more content to the base map and DLCs on American Truck Simulator, but it isn't really a map constructed with the possibility of adding other map modes as well. That is not something Alex had in mind at all when he created MHA Pro. As he says, he haven't tested it with any other map mods. It may or may not work, and if it works, that's great. He encourages it, he says, but at the same time it is bloody impossible to get neither the Canadream or C2C or any of the Mexican maps to work with MHA Pro, and since you can't add any of them, it's not really interesting to create a map combo with MHA Pro as the base on ATS. Now on ETS, on the other hand, it is quite possible to add mods, and I will do that, but I'm not gonna do as many of the mods I already have on my big map setup. I want to try to use some of the other maps that are available. Obviously then Canada or China, one of those two will be on a setup like that. I will probably I will have to add Rus map. Can't really avoid that. I'm not sure I want to avoid it either. You can also add the going north instead of Scandinavia mod, There's a couple of other Romanian maps. We could add one of those. And that's where I'm out of IDs. There will be other mods in the future, obviously, that won't work with Pro mods. All of those, or as many as those as possible, will go into that setup. But it's taking time, because I find something that can be added, I add it, and then I'm back to square one because MHA Pro is updated, or the game is updated, or the mod I added was updated, or it doesn't work together with some of the other mods I want to use. So it's taking an awful lot of time. And at the same time, there are talks about TSM coming back for 132 once the new DLC is out. And I'm still very TSM curious. TSM, by the way, when it or if it comes out, you will be disappointed. TSM is not gonna include Africa when it comes back, if it comes back. Africa will have to go. There is no way the nowadays very small TSM team are able to update, which they have to, all those hundreds and possibly thousands of kilometers on the African part of the TSM map. So Africa won't be there anymore. I still want to try it out and see what is left, but it is gonna be significantly smaller than it used to be. But on the other hand, we have the Afro map, which isn't compatible with the current, what is it, 6.6.2 TSM version. It isn't compatible with that, obviously, and it is expanding, was expanding pretty quickly there for a while. Seems that it has slowed down development a little bit lately, but it's ongoing. So that is a promising replacement for the TSM, the African parts of TSM. I really need to find somewhere to stop for the night. I don't want to end up with another ferry connection like the last one, where I had to sleep just in front of the ferry. And I really don't want to haul through the night. And here is our savior. This is where we are going to it's possibly where we are gonna stay the night, and I'm gonna refuel again since we're here already. So once I've refueled, we're gonna drive up there next to the other truck and get some sleep. Whoa. You know, I can't see that much through that mirror. It's not a very good mirror. Let's see if this works. I kinda doubt it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. No. Dude, Seriously? This is not ideal. I'm gonna have a lot of problems here. But never mind. I'm just gonna stop anyway and just reset the clock to 6 a.m. in the next episode, because this is where we end for the day. Look at that sunset. This is a perfect spot to stop for the day. So there you have it, the first episode of my 19,893 kilometer haul, and so far we have managed to get 2% damage. How did we get 2% damage? It was 1% at the ferry. Well, maybe I think it was 1%, wasn't it? Now I'm confused. I have no idea how we ended up with 2% damage. I know we got 1% at the ferry. Where that second percent comes from, I have no idea. That's crazy. Anyway, this is the end of the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please give me your comments and a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And on Wednesday you will get the second part of this haul. We have done so far 1,000 kilometers. We have another almost 19,000 kilometers left. So if we did 1,000 today, yeah, we're gonna be close to a 20 episode series if we keep on doing just 1,000 kilometers on each episode. But we'll figure it out. We'll see where we end up when we do this live in a week from now, the third episode. We could possibly do a lot more than just 1,000. It depends on how much you want to watch me hauling this stupid thing. We'll figure it out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope to see you again next time. Take care, all of you. Bye bye.